Hello students, once again I am before you with the topic trigonometry. So in 10th class trigonometry you studied the trigonometry and the limitation of angles were up to 90 degree. But in 11th class trigonometry we take the trigonometry as a circular function. What it means by taking trigonometry as a circular function? So I am telling you, let's draw a circle, okay, and this is x coordinate, this is y coordinate, okay. So here it's a O is the center of the circle, okay. Let us take O is the center of a circle, and let's take any point A B, P A B, okay, on the circle. Now if we join this OP and we take radius OP is equal to 1 unit. Okay, students, you can ask why you are taking the radius of a circle 1 unit. See, we need circle. That doesn't matter how much radius we are taking. So for our convenience, it can be taken as 1 unit. Okay. So now if PAB is there, let's draw a perpendicular and let this point be M and this angle be theta. Okay. So if PAB is the coordinates of this point, then my dear student, this length OM will be A and this length PM will be B. Okay. So clearly this OPM is a right triangle. Triangle OPM is a right triangle. Okay. It's a right triangle. So cos theta, let this angle POM be theta, then cos theta is equal to base upon hypotenuse, and base is OM and hypotenuse is PO. So that will be OM over PO. Therefore OM is A upon 1. So cos theta is A. Similarly we can write sin theta is equal to perpendicular upon hypotenuse, that is PM over OP, and the value of PM is B and hypotenuse is 1. So that is B. So we can write that when we have taken PAB, the coordinates, then cos theta is equal to A and sin theta is equal to B. Let's do one thing. This is the, let us take that this is the complete revolution. Okay. So one complete revolution makes, I told in the last lecture that one complete revolution is equal to 360 degrees. Okay, and we are having 4 quadrants. First quadrant, this is second quadrant, this is third quadrant, this is fourth quadrant. So each quadrant contains an angle of 360 degree by 4, that is equal to 90 degree. And moving anticlockwise, see, moving anticlockwise in this direction up to this point, this is first quadrant, angle is 90 degree. Okay, 90 degree. Okay, and from 90 degree to this 180 degree, it is second quadrant. From 180 degree to 270 degree, this is third quadrant, and from 270 degree to 360 degree, this is fourth quadrant. So every quadrant contains an amount of angle of 90 degree. Okay, so up to 90 degree in first quadrant, 90, more than 90 but less than 180 or up to 180. Second quadrant, more than 180 and up to 270. Third quadrant, more than 270 and up to 360 in the fourth quadrant. So any point AB in first quadrant, so both A and B are positive. So therefore from 1 to 90 degree, all the trigonometric ratios are positive because AB are positive in first quadrant. But in second quadrant, X is negative. So any point may be minus AB. In third quadrant, it's minus A minus B. In fourth quadrant, any point can be in the form A minus B. So I want to say that in the second quadrant, X is negative. Xi is negative, therefore A is negative. In third quadrant, both A and B are negative. In fourth quadrant, only the ordinate is negative and XSI is positive. So what I want to explain, see, cos theta is equal to A. Let's come to our topic again. The sin theta is equal to B, my dear. Cos theta is equal to A and sin theta is equal to B. So if both A and B are positive in first quadrant, it means all the six trigonometric ratios, you know what are those trigonometric ratios. I am telling you, sine, cos, tan, cot, sec, cosec are positive in first quadrant that you studied in class 10th. In second quadrant, A is negative. Therefore, and what is A? Cos theta is A. So therefore, cos theta and sec theta both are negative. Okay? And if cos theta is negative, then what about tan? Sine upon cos. When cos is negative, then tan is also negative. And if tan is negative, then cot is negative. Okay? And sec is also negative. So only sine and cosec are positive in second quadrant. Similarly, in third quadrant, both sine and cos are negative, so tan is positive and cot is negative. And in fourth quadrant, this B, sine theta, okay, this A is positive. So if A is positive, then cos is positive and sec is also positive. So there is one rule, A, S, T, C. Let us see what is the meaning of ASTC. A for all. It means in the first quadrant, all are positive. In the second quadrant, S for sine and its reciprocal cosec is positive and rest are negative. In third quadrant, T for tan and its reciprocal cot are positive and rest of the trigonometric ratios are negative. In the fourth quadrant, C stands for cos and its reciprocal sec are positive. See, if cos is positive, then sec is also positive. They are positive and rest of the four are negative. So this is called ASTC rule. Okay, this is the main thing. So if somebody is saying कि if cos theta lies in second quadrant, then what can you say about tan theta? Then if cos theta is in second quadrant, this is negative and tan theta will also be negative. There are certain questions in exercise 3.2 based on this thing. Okay, one question it can be discussed. Fine. Thank you very much, students. Next, we will discuss some more important concept. Thank you very much.